I used to sell cars. I sold over 1,000 cars in my time. I know the industry. Long story short, my buddy was dating a girl. She bought a used Nissan Altima that she paid way too much for. That was a bad deal. Her APR was damn near 30%. The car had a lot of miles and she overpaid. My buddy talked to her. She wanted out of the deal, so my buddy reached out to me to help her. So I looked into her paperwork. I knew going to the dealer and just being like, I'm too poor to pay for this wasn't going to work. So I found where the dealer misrepresented her income on her finance application. This is fraud. I was expecting to find this kind of fraud is fairly common, and I knew it. So I set up a meeting with the GM. I went with my buddy GF and I to the GM, and I just laid out the facts. It had only been about a week or so since she bought the car, and the GM saw the writing on the wall. So he made her an offer. He'd unwind the deal, he'd refund all her money, cancel her loan so she'd never have one to begin with, and she gives the car back, and they part ways. She was going to be so much better off, and, by the way, this was the plan going Ian. He had a car she could drive. She agreed. We had to get some things together to complete the unwind, so it was set to happen the next day. The next day at the dealership, she tells the GM of the dealers she's going to keep the car and just make the payments even though they are a lot for her because she likes the car. I tried to get her to change the mind. The GM was honestly shocked because this was great news for him, but he didn't see this coming. But she refused to give the car back and the GM was more than happy to let her keep it. Saved him a bunch of money, time, and effort. My buddy dumped her over this.